Welcome back to my morning report chart proposals on Wednesday the 28th of September with me, which is Paramarket Analyst at Hantech Markets. Let's look at dollar yen now. We're still holding on to 100 bit figure as a support. I think the market is definitely going to be looking at this as just a major support. Several times in the last few months it has been tested and pretty much held every time. Only once in the last 3 months since the sort of Brexit decision has 100 big figure been closed below, and even then we had an immediate bounce back above. So markets are definitely looking at this. We've had 2 pops at it already in the last couple of weeks, 107 both times being the support coming in. And again, we're sort of holding on to it today. Now, yesterday's candle was a bit wishy-washy, not great. You'd certainly argue that the bulls lost momentum into the close, sort of lost 50 ticks of gains ultimately, it's a little bit disappointing. But today's move has been again fairly positive. In terms of your momentum indicators, you'd still say negatively configured on the stochastics, but not as bearish as it has been. You'd say the RSI holding above 40 is possibly sort of, well, looking on the bright side of things anyway. Now the fact is that we are still trading in this downtrend phase, the long-term downtrend, and looking on the hourly chart, you'd still say that trading underneath 101 spot 18, well 101.20 let's call it, is the big old floor becomes new resistance. And you'd argue also that the fact is that we've basically just unwound now back towards the level at which the selling pressure tends to come in, around 60 on the hourly RSI. So is this now going to be a point at which the bears reassert themselves and push towards 100? I still think 100 could be tested, but it is holding, and that is certainly a positive. And the fact that, as I said, we're trading in the downtrend and you're sort of trading underneath this old support which becomes new resistance at 101.20, I think you're still looking fairly negative in the outlook. But as I said, holding above 40 on the RSI is sort of not an improving situation, but it certainly isn't as bearish as the market could be. And you've had sort of 2 or 3 candles in the last week or so whereby we've actually been positive. So it'll be interesting to see how dollar yen treats this 101.18 resistance. The downtrend, or the primary downtrend, comes in around 101.80 at the moment. 102.80, which was that big candle from the FOMC day, that is the big resistance that comes in, and that would need to be broken for the outlook to be materially turned around. Don't necessarily think that's going to happen. I think ultimately, I think dollar yen is going to trade probably between 100 and maybe 102, which again is a bit of a pivot line. But I don't think we're going to get a sustained improvement above 102.80. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.